Number 5 is service advisors need to stop being average. So that was the title. That episode is about how to stop being average, stop measuring yourself against everybody else, stop repeating the same average tasks every day, stop comparing yourself to others, which is redundant here, and then to be a leader and raise your self-esteem. But that's number 5.
Yeah,
interesting,
good.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Then number 4 is morning routines of millionaire service advisors. Now, remember when we had the idea for this episode, we were playing off of the book, The Millionaire Service Advisor, but that's number 4. So morning routine of millionaire service advisors. We talked about the first thing that you want to consider.
It's the coffee.
What does that mean?
So we were talking about essentially that the coffee and how we start the day was really, really important. And I think we went off on a little bit of
like when you're making coffee, this is what you should think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how you present yourself, dress, there's a bunch of good stuff in that one, but that's fun.
It was probably my favorite episode to film.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why is that?
It was just, it was really one of the first times I just kind of actually interviewed you. Do you remember that format?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
But I think that format works really well.
Yeah, so I thought that was the first time that we'd done it like that, and I was able to kind of ask the questions in ways that you really were really open up about some great ideas for advisors on how to pick up and like what really, really worked for you. It just that format was.
I think that format works because I don't have the pressure. I have the freedom to expand on things. I'm not driving.
Yes.
Right? That's great. Number 3, questions service advisors should be asking. And it's a pretty good list.
Yeah, we must have put out.
Do you remember doing that one?
Yeah, we did. I would say that we probably did, between the two of us, we had lists, and I bet we did 10 or 15 questions that you could be asking. Certainly some are leading, and then the biggest thing at the end of the day is making sure that you're asking the customer about themselves.
Yeah, and something that might be interesting to you watching or listening to this is the way that we do this is we come up with these topics, and then you and I will separately, we have a day or two. So we'll have the production meeting on Monday. We'll talk about the topics, and then you'll come up with a list independently, and I will. Sometimes we'll share the list. Sometimes we won't. But it's always really fun to hear what ideas you came up with, and then me to give you my ideas and go back and forth. But that's the process. So we have a little time to think about it, so they're not random. Like, it's not on the spot.
Yeah. You think that would surprise people, is knowing how much, like, what we do in preparation for the show? Like, it's not just that we film this thing. We think a lot about, like, what goes into it.
No, nor should they.
Yeah.
I think people, at the end of the day, just want what they want, and they don't care how it was made.
Maybe.
They don't want, just show me the baby.
Okay.
They don't want to hear about the childbirth.
That guy from 7-Eleven didn't want to
I will say, though, when people, especially at our old office, they wanted their picture on the SDR set.
The most, that was a thing.
People want to sit
in
in the
camp.
chairs, and they which is just insight into how much people care about it. You know, they feel like they're part of it, which is
by far
great.
the most photographed thing in that office was this.
So interesting, because I thought this would have been backwards, but interestingly, 3, 4, and 5 are service advisor, right?
Yeah.
But now number 2 is service manager. There's way more advisors in the country than there are managers. So it's interesting to me that this one ranked as high as it did. But 9 reasons why service managers fail is number 2.
It was a killer list.
Yeah. What's your favorite one on that list?
Tribal knowledge.
I was going to say the same thing. It's probably the most common thing in our industry is we're doing things out of automatic pilot, not because they make sense.
That's right. Just the way we've always done it.
Yep, it is what it is. We don't want to, we don't want to be different.
Nope.
So that's number 2, and then the number 1. I wish we had a drum set in here, like. The number 1 topic that you consumed the most of is tips to become a great service manager. Tips to become a great service manager. So once again, surprisingly, service manager was 1 and 2, not service advisor. And maybe the word great is what made that pull.
I like that 1 is great and then 2 is doom and gloom. But both related.
Oh. So the positive twist pulled better
It
than the
won
negative
out,
twist.
right?
Yeah, I didn't think of that, but you're right. That's interesting. Well, I'm glad the positive pulled better because sometimes I don't like having these like dog whistle negative.
Yeah.
I know they pull better, but it's not always my favorite. Thanks so much for watching this clip of Service Driving Revolution. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.